My guest today is James Bhagwan, General Secretary of the Pacific Conference of Churches in Suva. Bula, James, here at the Naturhistorische Gesellschaft in Nürnberg. Mission One World has recently decided to join the Fossil Fuel Treaty. Can you briefly explain what that treaty is about, James?
Thank you, and may I say congratulations and welcome aboard to Mission One Welt to this very important global campaign for a fossil fuel non-proliferation treaty. The treaty actually is something that the Pacific Island states have been spearheading and is a significant step for a global agreement on the phase out of fossil fuels. If you have been following the climate change negotiations, the UNFCCC climate meetings or COPs, you will note that for over 30 years now, we have been struggling to get real movement on the reduction of carbon emissions through the phase out of fossil fuels. What the Fossil Fuel Non-Proliferation Treaty is about is calling for a fast, fair and committed transition, a just transition out of the fossil fuel industry. And while it has been spearheaded by Pacific Island countries, it has been really good to see other countries from around the world step up and come on board. And the World Council of Churches, the Catholic Church, and others are all part of this. And so it's important for those organizations that are partners with the Pacific to really talk about in the context of climate justice and solidarity to join us in these areas. And so the Fossil Fuel Treaty is an extra bit of work. It's outside of the UNFCCC process. And that also stems from the frustration that many people have with the lack of progress at COPs that is driving these other extraordinary campaigns and treaty movements.
The COP has just finished and it took part in Brazil, where we have partner churches, Protestant partner churches. What are the outcomes of the COP with regards to the Fossil Fuel Treaty?
Once again, it has been very difficult to get any movement on the phase out of fossil fuel in the text. But one of the historic moments took place at the end of COP30, where the presidency, and in this case it was the president of Brazil, speaking and gaveling and announcing that there will be for the first time a conference of states who are signatories or who are supporting the Fossil Fuel Non-Proliferation Treaty. So this is something that we see as a major event. It will be happening in April next year in Colombia, a Latin American country, and one of the first fossil fuel producing countries to sign up to the treaty. And so next year we will see a lot of movement towards that and hope that we build the momentum on it.
Yeah, I'm quite happy that Mission One World decided to join this treaty, and I'm convinced that we also lobby with our partner churches worldwide that they also join this very important fossil fuel treaty. So if you look at the COP in general, if you look at the result or no results of the COP, what are you feeling about it?
Well, it's really frustrating, but we in the Pacific we are used to this happening. We are used to the massive amount of lobbying by fossil fuel countries and companies. Usually we say for every one Pacific Island negotiator, there are up to 4 fossil fuel industry lobbyists in these COP meetings. And although this was supposed to be the COP of truth, we think that it did fall short of that. So we are taking heart as Pacific people from this Fossil Fuel Non-Proliferation Treaty conference next year. And, you know, the small wins, we still are looking for more investment on adaptation funds, the green climate funds, and of course the loss and damage funds. In the Pacific, we have both economic and non-economic loss and damage. And this is important for us because we have the physical impacts of climate change, which is the economic aspects, but then we have the trauma the spiritual, the psychological trauma that our Pacific people face as a result of displacement, as a result of loss of way of life, that we need to have resources to address. And so we continue to look for commitments and beyond words, actual money in the bank for our Pacific communities and other vulnerable communities. One of the good things that we have seen is there is commitment to what we call the Pacific Resilience Facility. And so we hope that this facility will not be something that's only used by governments, but also that communities will be able to access as well.